Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Dr. Tom LaHue, and this is a channel all about the Enneagram and how it helps us relate to life and relate to other people. And I want to welcome you to this channel. In the description below is a link to my website where you can book coaching appointments. You can find out about the certificate programs we offer in Enneagram coaching. And I also want to thank my patrons for your support for this channel. I really appreciate your help. And today I want to talk to you for a moment about relationships. We are in relationships. We are designed to be in relationship. We are made to be with each other and around each other and in each other's lives. But as I look around, relationships aren't doing very good. People are not, they're strained, okay? People are aggravated with each other. They're disconnected from one another, withdrawn from each other. A lot of people are maybe living together, but it's kind of like independently living together, like more like roommates, just trying to get along with each other. And I get it. Relationships can be challenging at times. Relationships can be hard. When you love somebody, it means you're there even in the difficult times. Whether you're a parent with child or husband and wife or just, good friends. We tend to kind of approach relationships like we approach television shows, like consumers. If this isn't working for me or I'm not interested in this or it's getting difficult, I'll pick up the remote control and change channels. I'll just move on to something else. A lot of us have a very consumer-oriented mindset when it comes to relationships. Is this really working for me? Am I getting the best deal that I should be getting out of this relationship? So relationships are on my mind, and I want to investigate, even more like how the Enneagram helps us in relationships. I've noticed a lot of books coming out recently on the Enneagram and relationships. So I picked up a few of them, Enneagram and Relationships. Some of them even have the same title, and so I'm perusing through these books. I added them to my shelf of books about the Enneagram, and I am investigating, what they have to say, any insights that they offer in helping us understand more about how we relate to one another in relationship to each other. And ultimately, I'm developing another certificate program to add to the Enneagram coaching certificate program. I'm adding one starting in May 8th on Saturdays, Saturday mornings, Eastern time zone, 11 o'clock, Zoom group for a 6-week course on Enneagram relationship coaching. So this goes beyond the regular coaching program where you're coaching people find their type and see how they're relating to their wings, their line of integration and disintegration, and how to be a healthier person and how to be more present to life. This relationship coaching certificate is going to be designed to help Enneagram coaches working with couples or working with parents and child or helping people to see why their relationships aren't working, maybe boundary issues going on in the relationship, and helping coaches and helping individuals learn to relate better to the people in their lives. If you're interested in the Enneagram and you recognize its benefit in your own life and you would like to explore more in an in-depth level, like how does our personality type show up in the way we relate to other people, and how can we maximize our relationships and minimize the conflicts and minimize the problems, get along better with people, and help people get along better with each other. We're going to pull from not only the research out there on the Enneagram, the books. Now, there's, like I said, many of these relationship books are coming out, but also some of the resources that I've just found over the years that have been instrumental in my own life and in many couples that I have worked with over the years. You guys know that my full-time job is as a minister in a church, and I've worked with individuals and couples for 30 years now. I'll be 50 this year, and we started, right out of high school. My wife and I, we got married and went to ministry training and went into local church setting, and we've worked with individuals and couples now for 30 years. And when I first started out, working with married couples, I was overwhelmed because I just thought, well, you love each other, then why don't you get along with one another? I mean, you love God and she loves God and you committed to loving each other. What's the problem? I mean, just work it out and get along. And I found I wasn't very helpful or successful in helping couples. And over the years, like I did with the Enneagram, I read everything I could read and filled my library with books on marriage, Christian marriage books, secular marriage books, just anything that I thought would be helpful. And I just read for 2 years. I just immersed myself, and I thought, I have got to figure this out. I've got to be able to offer help to the couples that are coming to me that are, facing these conflicts and overwhelming circumstances. And finally, I ran across information that I felt like, okay, this is extremely helpful. And I have developed my own sort of way of coaching couples and helping them find a better place in their marriage, better place in their relationships. And I want to share that information with you guys. Some of it I've mentioned in videos like this, but I really want to walk you through how to help a couple get back to a good place. And keeping their Enneagram types in mind is extremely helpful. When I want to walk you through that process and show you what I do and sort of just take you behind the scenes and say, here's what I've learned, here's what I do, here's how I work with couples, here's how I help people that aren't getting along learn to get along better and relate to one another in a more positive way, and coach those couples through, or coach those relationships through those difficult those times, okay? When I coach people in my Enneagram appointments, and they tell me I'm not getting along so great with my spouse, or my girlfriend or my whatever, we're not getting along so well. When I ask, okay, well, what's your personality type? And they'll say, well, I'm an 8 and she's a 9, And I'll say, okay, and I'll try to figure out what their wings are. And I say 8 wing 7 with a 9 wing 1. As soon as I hear, what their personality types are and their dominant wings, I already start to see what the problems are. I can already just about explain to them what, just from that little bit of information, maybe what's going on. And it's amazing how accurate and how on point the Enneagram is. And, here you take a couple that I've just met, and I'll find out what their types are, and I'll start to think, okay, well, if I were to see a 6 wing 5 with a 2 wing 3, immediately my brain starts to see what strengths, challenges, weaknesses might be inherent in that kind of a relationship. I'm aware of what each type is looking for, what they're hoping to find in a companion, and I can already start to predict, what those difficulties are going to be. And often what happens is, as a coach, is I'm able to put into words the problems that they're experiencing that they maybe haven't been able to put into words. And so you help simplify the problems for the couple, and you say, look, I think, and it's amazing how accurate it is and how helpful it is. And then to give couples hope, or to give that parent hope, to give people hope that, okay, here's I think I understand the problem, and here's, how the Enneagram can help, and then you start to give them a plan for digging their way out of this hole. Because when people are in crisis, and especially in relationship crisis, it feels like they've just fallen into a pit and the world's going on around them, and they don't know how to get out of it, and they just kind of start to feel apathetic and disengaged and maybe angry or frustrated or hopeless in their relationship. And when you can see the light start to come on, and see that that person is starting to get some hope, or that couple is starting to get some hope, and they're seeing that, it doesn't have to be like this. They can change the way they're relating to one another. They can find a much better place in their relationship. It's an awesome thing to be able to walk a couple out of that despair and out of that apathy and out of that hopelessness. Now, granted, it's not every time. I mean, some couples, it's like they've no amount, maybe they're just booking an appointment, or they're just meeting with you because they told their lawyer they would do that, and they don't really have any real intention of ever getting things to work right. They've already given up, and they're just seeing you as a formality to be able to check it off their list. And some couples, you're just not going to help, and you just have to realize that. But couples that really want to get things back, they miss the relationship that they used to have, and they long for things to be better. It's an awesome thing to be able to walk with them and help them through that stale time or that stagnant time. And the Enneagram is such a useful tool to help you understand what's going on that's maybe tripped up a couple, why they're not on the same page. And when you start talking about different personality types see the world differently. They're looking for different things in relationships. They're needing maybe different sets of needs from a relationship. And to help a couple walk through that, understand that, and then approach things differently, it's an amazing experience. And so I just wanted to communicate kind of where I'm going personally, in my own work and in my own thinking. And then I'd love for you guys to go with me. And, maybe a lot of videos coming up will be about relationships. We'll see what happens. But certainly as I start putting together, the course on Enneagram coaching and relationships, I'm excited to start putting this together and formulating this into a 6-week course. It's low cost. A lot of these Enneagram certificate programs, I realize they might go in a lot more depth, but I give you a lot of content on YouTube for free. But these courses are designed to be practical. They're designed to be useful. They're designed to be immediate results. They're designed to show you, okay, you're going to be helping people. You need to know, what to do. People are going to look to you for guidance. As soon as you say, oh yeah, I know about the Enneagram, or I took a course in the Enneagram, people that are familiar with it are going to look to you, and they're going to say, well, I've got this problem, I've got this crisis, I've got this challenge. And the courses that I'm developing, the certificates I'm developing are practical in nature. And useful. That's my hope, is practical, useful, inspiring, give you a sense that I can do this, I can help people. It's great to learn, it's great to gather information for yourself, but as soon as you start making yourself available to be helpful to others, all of a sudden, the intensity amplifies, and now you think, I got to know this. I need to know more about each type and how they relate to others, and what their strengths, weaknesses, challenges are, and some of the pitfalls of every type, and I need to know this because I'm going to be helping people. And as soon as you take responsibility to start helping people, it's amazing how immediately, then I need to know, I need to be prepared, I need to be equipped, I need to be ready to help people. And so that's what my heart is, and that's what my passion is not only to share information so you're smarter, but really to share information and coach you guys and work with you so that you're able to then go out into this world and shine some light. You're able to go out into this world, take people by the hand, and say, look, there is explanations for some of the reasons why we do the things we do, and hope for knowing ourselves better, being more compassionate with ourselves, being more present to life, being more mindful, having more joy in life, relating to people in a more healthy way, really understanding ourselves better, not letting our personality, our impulses and compulsions just decide everything for us. We can make choices. And a lot of times people aren't even aware, how driven they are by their personality. And when we can break a little bit away from that and realize that we actually have choices in life, that we don't have to just go with what our 3-year-old internal operator tells us we have to do. It isn't always, that little impulse or compulsion that belongs to our personality type doesn't always move us toward the best life or the best relationships. And I fundamentally believe, that if you're married or if you're engaged or you've got that special somebody in your life, your happiness in life and your contentment in life is directly tied to the quality of that relationship, the quality of that marriage, the quality of your home life. I know you can try to ignore your home life and get over-focused at work or over-focused in all of your groups and your meetings and all of that. But when your home life is good, when your family life is good, when it's strong, everything else in life just seems better. Everything else in life just has this margin, this grace, this light about it, and life is a lot more lightweight, But when your home life is challenging or difficult or hard, or everything in life, you might try to get over involved in other things because you're trying to escape the difficulty of your home life. And nothing, will bring more joy to you than having a healthy, balanced home life and relationships. So that's going to be the focus of my attention in a lot of ways over the next couple of months as I put together this course. A lot of it, is already experience, learned the hard way, working with couple after couple after couple, and just seeing what works and what doesn't work, what's pragmatic, what's not pragmatic. And also, honestly, I come at things from a Christian background, and so I know that and I want that to infiltrate the way I think and the way I work with couples. But that being said, the information I'm going to give is not tied to just the Christian faith. So if you're coming at this from a different background, or a non-religious background, you're going to be helped in this program. It's not going to be something you can't relate to. I just had an appointment with somebody of another faith recently, and they thanked me that my channel was even-handed, that I am not using YouTube to preach and yell at people, or shame them to believe everything exactly the way I believe it about, their religious convictions. I realize that we come from a lot of different backgrounds. We come from a lot of different traditions. Some of us have really virtually no religious background. And I want this channel to be something that everybody can find benefit in and everybody can find useful. I think the Enneagram is like that. Christians find a lot of use and benefit and help with it, but I think people of other or non-religious backgrounds can be just as benefited from it. And that's really, I think, the way truth is. Truth helps us no matter who we are or where we are. And when we find something that is true, we find something that is, it's going to be useful no matter what our background is or what our religious tradition is. So don't think that, well, if I don't share your evangelical convictions about things in life, that, well, maybe I can't, benefit from studying, watching these videos or going through one of the certificate programs. Don't think that. I hope that that there's a broad invitation for people to benefit from this channel and to benefit from my own growth, my own learning, and I just want to share that with the broadest audience I can. So thank you guys, and I'm excited about what's coming. I'm excited about what's happening in your lives, and I do about 10 or so coaching appointments a week. I had to limit myself because I've got other things I've got to do, I've got a family, I've got a job, I've got a church that I'm involved in, and I've got other things, that are on my plate. And I wish I had all the time in the world. But, all of those appointments, I'm listening to you guys, and I'm excited about what's happening in your lives. And I'm excited that we can share this kind of information together. So I'll see you next time. Be present to life. Don't miss what's right in front of you, because it could be better somewhere else. It could be better doing something else, or just grab the people, right in your own life and learn how to love them. All right. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. God bless.